I remember the first time we did live TV.
As I say, that was awful.
Because they hadn't given us any prep for it. Like literally our first live TV we did was SMTV Live.
Yeah, I'm there in a Danger Mouse t-shirt.
The biggest show for kids TV, and I can remember we had to get there at something silly like 5 a.m. or something like that. And I remember just being a nervous wreck the entire time, thinking, I don't swear anyway, really, but I was thinking, just don't swear, don't like anything like that, because it will all go wrong.
Slam dunk, are you ready to make me?
And once you get that in your head, you think that's it. Every second word's going to be a swear word now. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And SNTV was brilliant, but it was so chaotic that I can imagine just have all that going on around you and thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, and you're not playing a character as well. You're you, as it were. So there's not that to fall behind. But in terms of like yourself, though, and as I say, do you develop an on-screen persona, or do you try and keep it as neutral as you as possible?
It has to be close to you because you are on as yourself, but there is definitely, and I think you have to have that a little bit because, there's times when you go in and you're tired and you're fed up or something's happening in your life and you think, oh God, the last thing I want to do is go in and pretend to be happy about something or pretend. So there is an element of that kind of having a persona, but also, a lot of the time, I sometimes forget I'm working. If we've got a really long day and we've been chatting while the match is on, and then we come back and do analysis afterwards, and you go, oh, because you said it was, you said you thought that was a penalty, and they go, yeah, and then you start chatting to people like you're off air, and then suddenly there might be a pause, and I think, oh, Christ, I think I was meant to come.
Yeah. Did you always want to work in sport? But because I know you were at university when you went into media. Can you tell us all about that and what you were doing leading up to it?
Yeah, I was doing a maths degree, and funnily enough, I didn't really have a strong impulse to carry on when I got offered a job working in football telly. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I had no idea where it was going to lead to or what was going to happen. And then Sky Sports News set up. They just basically took a load of kids in straight from university and said, go and practice making telly. We'll put a couple of grown-ups in there to make sure you don't completely mess it up, but go and play, go and have fun. And it was great. It was such a brilliant time because we were all at the same stage of our lives. We were all in our early 20s. A lot of us had moved down to London for the first time. And so we worked together, but it was our whole social life as well. They were our friends as well as our colleagues. So it was a really, really good fun time. And there was no pressure because when we first went on air, nobody could watch us. It was the launch of Sky Digital platform. So it hadn't even, I think, officially been launched when the channel launched. So you could only watch it in the building. They launched the new sort of little dishes. And I used to get so excited going down the road and you'd see the little dishes. And I'm like, they can get the channel. They can get the channel. And it was really exciting. Whether they watched it or not was a different thing, but they could get it.
Because it went on to be the biggest, the biggest
channel
most watched channel on Sky, wasn't it?
Yeah, at times. Certainly on things like Transfer Deadline Day. And those big kind of event moments. I think the Transfer Deadline Day with Manchester City, with the takeover.
That was the craziest day ever, wasn't it? Yeah. That was absolutely crazy. Yeah.
That was, I think, at the time, that was their highest ever viewing figures. And I think that was a real moment for Sky Sports News.
And then the days of them standing outside the training grounds and then people coming in with...
Yeah, they had to stop there.
I think the one outside of Everton's probably the famous one, isn't it? When you went into it then, Kelly, was it a case of, as you say, like there's a load of guys who are like, you're roughly the same age and going into it. Did you practice together outside, like, how you would do an interview with people or how you would adapt on the fly? Because it's all live TV, isn't it? So there's breaking news, and especially with sport being such a, I suppose, polarising and territorial thing as well. You can get some real blinkered views about something. So do you learn on the way to how you approach it or how you talk to people about it?
We did. We had a week. We had a week of training before we went on air with a really lovely man, actually. And he was his whole approach was very psychological. So it was lots of the interviewing techniques that he taught us were about how to draw the best out of people and how to kind of get people to open up when maybe they didn't want to. And also, really, given how young and inexperienced we all were, especially for those of us going in front of camera, but there's still that thing of everything being brand new, and actually the most important thing is just calm everybody down.
Slam dunk, are you ready to meet me?